time has finally come. The season of encounters is upon us. It's time to shake that holiday funk off and prepare for the greatest of fantastical Yuletime events to happen. No, it's not the ride of Woven. Indeed, it is the season of encounters. It's going to be the same type of squatchy feel with a slightly different format, but all the same base reality in Bigfoot. I am your host for this mess, the Reverend Jeff Kelly. As we said at the end of last show, David Batdorf has retired. But I want to thank all of you guys for sticking around and sticking with me for the Squatchers Lounge podcast. Season 5, the season of encounters is upon us. That's right. And tonight's going to be your very first episode of the season of encounters. We got a brand new quasi-series Yuletide rant from our quasi-theorist, Dean Cooper. We got a look back at all the 2016's camping tips for stupid moments from Jim and Moore, and we've got a brand new segment called Cameron Young's Top 5 Bigfoot List. Then we're going to talk about the squatchiest place probably on the West Coast. Hands down, we're going to go back here several times this season, but right now, we're going to talk about a little bit of the news. As usual, you're not going to miss out on any of the crypto news around here that you should be listening to, because the Reverend here has you covered. As soon as the Hangouts can catch up with my 16,000 windows that are open, I'll get one open for you. There we go. Okay. Not too many news articles to get through tonight. First one that really kind of caught my interest, just ran across my feed today, was Survival Life. That's right, survivallife.com. Snow shelter. Learn how to build a snow shelter. And you know what? There's a lot of really, really, really good tips in this particular article. And with the biggest, wettest event of weather coming this weekend across the Pacific Northwest, this is probably a good time to learn this stuff. So you might want to get over to survivallife.com and check this one out. The best tips I read in this would have been, make sure that you're raised above your tunnel. That way the cold air can sink into your tunnel and not where you're laying and sleeping. Get some pine boughs in there and make sure that your butt's not laying on the cold floor so that cold snow doesn't wick all your body heat away from you. And poke a snorkel in your rooftop and waller it out with a stick every once in a while to make sure that it's clear, so that the carbon dioxide and stuff from what little bit of flame or what little bit of breathing you're doing inside goes out. Make sure your walls are at least a foot thick on the ceiling and at least another half that on the walls. So you want to have something solid. You can put a little candle in there for a little while and let it burn, and it'll actually melt everything in place. Just make sure your walls are smooth before you do that. Otherwise, it's a drippy mess. Anyhow, there's a whole lot of good reading in this article. Check it out on survivallife.com. All right. Moving right along, I couldn't find the non-mobile version of this. Thanks a lot there at fox8live.com. Anyhow, 16-foot great white shark caught off of Hilton Head Island in South Carolina. That's right. Now, when I was a kid, I watched Jaws, and I said, hey, I don't want to go swimming in the salt water because big angry things like this will eat me. And everybody said, oh, no, you're silly. Those big things don't exist over here. The white sharks are always out west. They like the cold water. Well, Hilton Head Island is not cold water, and it's wintertime, and they caught this giant behemoth of a monster. And yes, in half. See, for a long, long time, I swam in the salt water till I started fishing it, and then realized I don't want to fish where the big sharkies eat. So with that, 16-foot great white shark caught off of the coast of Hilton Head Island, which is right off of South Carolina, and it is absolutely crazy. On fox8live.com somewhere. I'd tell you more if I could. Get better links, people. All right. Is Bigfoot psychic? Thomas Lee Curtin Jr., a good friend of mine, paranormal and Bigfoot investigator, wants to ask you, is Bigfoot telepathic? Or perhaps they'll just shoot it to find out. It was a good read. It really was. If you don't know Thomas, I'm not really sure where this was supposed to be, honest, because I picked it right up off of his feed, but I'm sure it's around the paranormal, the paranormal Facebook groups as well. to be psychic? Does it need to telepathically communicate with people? I don't know. This is a reality-based Bigfoot show, so I don't really need Bigfoot to be that fantastical. Bigfoot's fantastical enough just by being a giant, a giant great primate that is yet undiscovered officially. That's fantastical enough without, gold Kiwani leprositis checking in. So is Bigfoot psychic? I don't know. But if you look around on Facebook hard enough, you can find this article to read, and it was a good read. Thanks, Thomas. Give you a little bit of props there, pal. Next up, the Squatch Fest. That's right. The Kelso Longview Chamber of Commerce wants to invite you to the Squatch Fest, Saturday, January 28th, 2017. They'll sell you the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge of it. That's right. The Cowlitz County Event Center. But you don't know how bad I want to say Cowlitz or something even worse. January 28th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And, of course, the red and black lumberjack, Mr. Guy Edwards, will be the head honcho introducing the likes of the Meldrum, Derek Randall's from the Olympic Project, and I believe Bigfootology's own Redmond Mullis will be there as well. So you might, if you're in that area of I believe that's near Portland. Sorry, folks, I'm a little bad on this one tonight. I'm pretty sure that's outside of Portland. You can check it out all you'd like. The information is on Facebook.com. You can check out the Bigfoot Lunch Club. I'm sure the details are there. Here it is, people. Trail cam pictures, possible Bigfoot photo in Pennsylvania. The teamcrypto.com, Steve Alcorn's blog. He's trying to get it up and running, and I'm going to give him a little bit of airtime here. That's teamcrypto.com. That's right. Where'd this come from? It came from James Bobo Fay, and I saw the exact same post as he's posting here of this very, very strange looking Jacob's creature trying to have a seat on this bench, picnic table. Not exactly sure what this is because it's been washed out. The picture's been doctored before we even got it. So I was a little disappointed in that. However, since we are talking about it and I can do whatever I want now, let's go ahead and do this. And I will bring you up an exact copy. Well, not an exact copy, an enhanced copy of what we're looking at here. And I'll show you if everybody wants to. There we go. If everybody wants to get on the same page, we'll turn this on for just a moment. And if you look right there in the center of the butt cheek, sure looks like a bear tail to me. All I did was put this in Photoshop and go auto color, autos, I just set it to auto, and all of a sudden the washout went away, and hey, look, it's a bear. Yeah, Phil Pullen called it on Para Breakdown yesterday, I'm sure, but I didn't have a show until today. So congratulations to everybody. Yes, the Jacob's creature was a bear, and so is this thing. Both of them, again, in Pennsylvania. I don't know why Pennsylvania people can't understand. Bigfoot has longer legs. See, these are bear legs. That was one of the things that I talked about with my sighting. It wasn't so much that the arms were so goofily long. It was that the legs weren't right. Because these are kind of like primate legs. These kind of look like goofy little chimp legs, where the Sasquatch don't have goofy little chimp legs. They have man legs. And I'll talk about that a little later on when we get into our feature. But hey, that's enough of that Jacob's creature type of crap, possible Bigfoot from Pennsylvania, my Butsky. And let's get back to the news, because that's where it's important. It's the one I wanted right there. Yay. Back at the news. Check it out. Okay, moving right along. Don't forget to go out and give Team Crypto a look, because he's got it down here sure that, yeah, it's up there. And as I was saying, it came right across James Bobo Fay's feed itself. There's the original picture, as washed out as could be. But when we do our super enhancement, the Squatchers Lounge positive super enhancement. You can definitely see that that's a bear tail, and it's a bear trying to, whatever. It's probably trying to eat the styrofoam. Return of the Jacob's creatures. Thanks, James Bobo Fay. Hey, that's right. The season premiere, 2 hours, is going to be Sunday, January 8th, 2017 at 9 p.m. wherever you are. So there you go, James. I give you your hopes for the Finding Bigfoot. I still watch the show. I don't know about you guys out there, but I still watch the show because I'm hoping one day they'll have some Bigfoot evidence. All right. And this was the Squatch Fest official poster. So that's what it looks like at the Convention Center, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. The black and red lumberjack, Guy Edwards. I think he actually wants to be called that, but never would admit it. And finally tonight, that's right, Horror Society. We're getting big now. Posted Hunting Grounds. Uncorked Entertainment has set award-winning creature feature Hunting Grounds for a February 7th release. We know it as Valley of the Sasquatch. That's right. We promoted it for a couple of years as Valley of the Sasquatch. It was sent to all the film festivals as Valley of the Sasquatch. But now some jackass, let's call it Hunting Grounds. Yeah, you know, there's a Hunting Grounds out there already about rape culture. No? Oh, it's still Hunting Grounds, huh? Okay. Well, that's what you get. Hunting Grounds. Winner of the best sci-fi horror film at the Toronto Independent Film Festival 2015. Writer-director John Portanova's acclaimed film sees a fractional family forced to go up against an angry clan of Bigfoots. They didn't give it away. Boo. Festival audiences and horror critics have gone crazy for the story of father and son forced to move to an old cabin in the woods after devastating tragedy who unearth a tribe of Sasquatch. So they totally blow the movie there. That's like the whole hitch. I don't like spoilers. You guys totally ruined it for me. Anyhow, check it out. Hunting Grounds will be released February 7th everywhere. I guess that includes like digital and, you know, maybe on demand. Available on demand from February 7th. And I'm sure there'll be a DVD out there. The trailer's awesome. It's got elements of everything. And our good friend Doug Hudson, of course, of Clone FX. That's KLONEFX.com. Think about your URLs in the future, people. He does fantastic work in this film and has one of the most epic Sasquatch kills I've ever seen in any Sasquatch movie, and you won't be disappointed in the suit. So, Hunting Grounds, February 7th, 2017, coming to some kind of streaming on demand near you. Hey, my friends, is a quick down and dirty through the news. You know what that means? It's actually time for the Quasi Theory. Wow, look at that. Quasi Theory with our Quasi Theorist, Mr. Dean Cooper. And now, Quasi Theories from a Quasi Scientist with your host, Dean Cooper.
A Yuletide rant. So, Yuletide. Yuletide means the time of the Yule. It's the celebration of the winter solstice, usually lasting about 12 days, with the solstice in the middle of it. Although it was as long as 2 months, going from late November and ending in early January with some peoples. Yule is largely a Germanic holiday. The word Yule is the modern English version of an old Germanic word, Jule. That's G with a dot over it, E with a slanty apostrophe over it, O and L, Jule. Old Germanic, as an etymological term, includes all the Nordic languages as well as the Anglo-Saxon ones. So, Yuletide. Last time I explained how the Christians slipped old Saint Nick in on us while slipping a Mickey to Odin. I also explained why December 25th became the date the winter solstice was typically associated with. Now, why would they want to distract us from a pagan god? Any hardcore Christians out there may want to plug your ears and sing "Oh Holy Night" or something else Christmassy about now. You might not like what's next. It turns out that there are pagan sons of gods that were also born on the winter solstice, all of them before Jesus, most of them virgin births as well. The reason we use the 25th to celebrate the winter solstice now is because it was the official Roman birth date of Solus Invictus, the conquering sun. The Emperor Marcus Aurelius made the Persian version of Solus Invictus, Mithras, an official part of the pantheon. The day was called Dies Natalis Solus Invicti, day of the birth of the conquering sun. Now that has a ring to it. Dies Natalis Solis Invicti. So much for Christmas. Let's just list some of the other virgin birth sun gods with the same birthday. First, the Egyptian Horus, of course. Son of Isis, the eternal virgin, whose father was Osiris. He may be the oldest version, not virgin. Osiris had the same birthday as Horus, oddly enough. Then there's Attis, Serapis, Heracles, also known as Hercules, Tammuz, Adonis, Apollo, Perseus, Jupiter, which is to say Zeus Pater, Father Zeus, Helios, and my favorite, Bacchus Dionysus, Dionysius in Latin. There's lots more, but I shan't go on. Most of these guys also have a worship ritual involving bread and wine. A ritual of communion, wherein the bread and wine symbolize the blood and body of the god. One communed with the god by consuming the sanctified fruit of the vine and wheat of the field, the which fact may be worthy of a quasi of its own. Most of these buggers also died at the spring equinox. Jesus probably originally did too. Easter Sunday is, after all, always on the first Sunday after the first full moon after the first day of spring. Easter, the name of which derives from the old Germanic Ustre, the spring goddess of fertility. Ustre, Ishtar, Isis, always virginal, always giving virgin birth to the sons of God at Yuletide. You may now unplug your ears and stop with the singing. You may read the text of this on my blog at bydean.com. That's BHAIDIN.com.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you 100%, Mr. Dean Cooper, for your quasi look at Yule Rant. Yeah.